Welcome to Gyantalk. Entrepreneurship has become a buzzword in contemporary Sikkim, in contemporary India, in contemporary world. And today we will be talking to a person who has actually become an entrepreneurial sensation in India, in the entire Asia actually. And he's right from Sikkim, our very own young man. He was selected as one of the under 30 Forbes honorees, one of the top 30 honorees, and recently he was even invited to Vietnam to give a talk, and today we've invited him to our studio, and we will be talking to him, asking about what is this Forbes under 30 honoree is all about, and how is this award or recognition going to leverage his entrepreneurial journey, and also we will ask him what he plans to do in Sikkim and how he wants to help the Sikkim aspirants, and we will talk about all this even as we now open our conversation with him. So please join me for now and welcome Mr. Rewaj Chettri.
Hello everyone, this is the second time of me being in Naima, and I am Rewaj Chettri once again. I'm from South Sikkim, Malli, and Forbes it's a very big name for me to hold, and I have always and I have always been glad to be in the list. And I think more than being awarded or being an honorary, I think the experience of meeting people, like-minded people all over the Asia has really changed how I look at entrepreneurship, startup, and the world and its problem.
Right. तपाईं हाम्रो एउटा सिक्किमको गौरव हुनुहुन्छ है, हामी त्यसरी लिन्छौँ। अब यो एसियाको टप 30, त्यो पनि अन्डर 30 को, तपाईँ त अहिले कति 24 वर्ष कि 23 वर्षको मात्रै हुनुहुन्छ हैन। त्यसमा फेरि इन्डियाबाट एक मात्र अनरी हुनुभयो यो पालि। अब यो सबै कुराहरूले इट एक्चुअली बगल्स आवर माइन्ड है, कसरी एउटा सानो भाइले कसरी त्यस्तो गर्यो होला भनेर। सो हाउ डिड इट अल ह्यापन? यो फोर्ब्सले कसरी तपाईलाई कन्ट्याक्ट गर्यो या कसरी तपाईले उनीहरूलाई कन्ट्याक्ट गर्नुभयो है?
सो फोर्ब्सले चाहिँ मलाई 6 months अगाडिदेखि दे गट इन टच. सो आई वाज नोमिनेटेड बाई वान अफ द टिम मेम्बर्स अफ फोर्ब्स होइन. त्यहाँदेखि 6 monthsदेखि दे वर चेकिङ अल माई डिटेल्स, माई financial statement, my business plan, my vision, my summary, my mission, everything. So it went on for around 6 months, and after that I had to wait for around 1 month for the result. And after that I was really fortunate to be on the list, and I think to even be in the process or even being nominated in Forbes was already a big thing for me internally. And जुन चाहिँ प्रोसेसमा चाहिँ जुन चाहिँ प्रकारले उनीहरूले चेक गर्दै गयो त्यहाँदेखि, एन्ड आई थिङ्क एट लास्ट वाट म्याटर वाज जुन चाहिँ मेरो माइन्ड सेट हुन्छ नि, staying in a small place like Sikkim and trying to achieve the entire world. So I think that mindset actually clicked for me, and त्यही कारणले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ like I was fortunate enough to be in the list.
So तपाईको कन्फिडेन्स चाहिँ निकै फुलाइदियो भनौँ यो फोर्ब्सको तपाईले जो रेकग्निसन पाउनुभयो। अरू कुन कुन पाराले चाहिँ कस्तो पाराले तपाईलाई यो रेकग्निसनले मद्दत गर्न सक्छ आउँदो दिनहरुमा?
अब रिसेन्टली I was a guest speaker in Vietnam Forbes हैन. अब त्यहाँ even being in a place like Vietnam and being in a platform of Forbes हुन्छ नि, the point of discussion was climate change, blockchain, big data हैन, artificial intelligence, neuroscience. So त्यो कुराहरू while coming back to Sikkim, we don't talk about all those issues, right? And we are not even thinking of it. Nobody is even thinking of anything in big data. Nobody is even thinking of anything in blockchain, you know. So I think me going to a place like that, and me coming back and talking with few people itself, like it ignites something in their mind, right? So म त्यहाँ भएर पनि यहाँ आउँदाखेरि I can share the same thing what I got out there to people out here, and people will start they will start researching about all these things, and eventually हुन्छ नि सिक्किमबाट पनि there should be something in blockchain, there should be something in big data. Yeah.
So in your talk, did you talk about Sikkim?
Yeah.
So what element of Sikkim did you basically represent or talk about?
Yeah, like when where in any platform wherever I go, I tell that I'm from a very tiny Himalayan state, which is the only state all over the world which is practicing organic farming for last 1 year, and right now we are just eating organic, right? So I think it's one of the state, and everybody was wow, like it's a wow factor for people to come to Sikkim. So the tag we have of organic, and yeah, so I think त्यो factorले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ even I feel proud क्यों, even being in a international
so
state.
that helped you from being overwhelmed by what others were, you know, everyone talking about blockchain and big data and stuff, and now here you go talking about going natural. You know, we are organic state. Okay, अब तपाईको त्यो talk को general जुन चाहिँ theme चाहिँ के थियो?
So I was talking about how world is changing, like how world is being as easy as a smartphone in your hand. You can actually control the world. So I was talking about consumer technology. So in my talk, how I was talking about how things have changed across India and across the world, how you can access to anything basically in a fingertip. So that was the point I was talking about.
Right. उहाँहरू सिक्किम बारेमा कति अवगत थिए? तपाईको audience, how much did they know about Sikkim?
I think nobody knew about Sikkim other than Mr. Rahul Chowdhury, who is the managing director of CG Group, who owns YY. So he knew about something about Sikkim. Rest of them were totally unaware of what Sikkim is and where Sikkim is.
Right. So do you think this organic branding will really leverage Sikkim's visibility in the international arena?
Yeah, I think don't say like how people are going health conscious, I know. So organic is a very big leverage point for Sikkim, for the people who are health conscious. But yeah, so we have to go out and speak about Sikkim. So I think that is most important.
Yeah, and the process has begun, right? तपाईको जुन चाहिँ general talk थियो त्यसलाई उनीहरूले कसरी accept गरे? Was there Q&A?
Yeah, so there were many Q&A, how people were asking me that being a forestry student, how did I go about like starting so many technology startups, and right now being in one of the consumer technology list in Forbes. So it was really like people were, firstly because of my age, like I was one of the youngest in the consumer technology list, and people were really curious how I made it to the list, and being from a very tiny Himalayan state, like where people even don't know about. People just know Mumbai and Gurgaon and Delhi. So that's it. That's the India they have seen. So being from a different part of India, I think it really hit many people's mind, and right now many people are planning to visit Sikkim, and I think when I was out there, people thought that I'm really warm in terms of speaking with people, interacting with people, and I think there are many people who actually want to visit Sikkim and see and explore Sikkim.
Right. So, and how does your connection with Forbes go on from here?
So Forbes is basically a family, and there are more than maybe I have already met more than 300 people in the family, and everybody is so warm. Like it's more like a family where like we go out together, we go for a coffee, we talk about issues, we talk about how we can collaborate, and it's, I think me being in Forbes, like the opportunity which I had, the world which I was looking into, it has totally flipped the entire concept of for me doing a business in Northeast. So it has given me a bigger vision and greater vision where like maybe in 3-4 years time I'll be planning to be across the world. So that is the vision.
That's great. That's very good to know. Has you know, this sense of pride or rather arrogance ever struck you? And you know, oh, look, I'm from a tiny Himalayan state of Sikkim, and I have achieved so much in such a short period of time in my life, and I come from a very small village, and I have done this, you know, because it's natural, right? So, has it ever happened to you?
I think before even realizing all those things, every time when I go outside, it's like more of learning process for me. So whenever I go outside, when I talk about myself, and when I see people like doing bigger things than me, like I think,
Humbles you.
yeah, it humbles me a lot. So this time, like I met a guy. Okay, so he started his business 1 year back. So the company name is Kyber Network. Okay, and he has done ICO in May 2017, and till date he has already raised more than 3,000 crores in rupees. So when people are doing such marvelous things, such big things impacting like the entire world with their ideas, I think what we do is really in a very small scale, and that really humbles me. And whenever I meet people like that, and the person whom I met, he was very much humble, so he didn't have any pride. He still wanted to collaborate different things in India, and he wanted to see opportunities working together. So I think a platform like Forbes has really humbled how I look into things, how startup works, and how people are actually working, and people are thinking on a global scale. So I think that has humbled me more.
Right. And so you are not quantifying your success in terms of the money that you make. You evaluate your success in terms of how your ideas click,
Yeah.
how you make friends, how your ideas
Yeah.
make impacts on others' life.
Yeah.
And I think if you do that, then you kind of prevent yourself from being from being impacted by the power of money.
Yeah.
I think that's how you guys can keep yourself humble and keep moving on. Otherwise, it's just if it's just the raw power of money that can corrupt you
Yeah.
overnight, right? You become very arrogant, very unapproachable. Your money talks, and you begin to think of throwing your money everywhere
Yeah.
and making people bow down before you. Anyway, and that's what I actually like, the whole idea of entrepreneurship. It's not just making money, it's more than that.
And I think in entrepreneurship, your network is a net worth. So the bigger the network you have, higher the net worth you have. So I think that is what people should believe in. And entrepreneurship is totally about leading and changing the world. And I think it's nowhere written about money. So money is secondary, tertiary, but primary it's about changing the world with small things you do.
Right. And this is so true. We can't agree more. Money is not everything, and if money can be a secondary or a tertiary thing in what we do in our enterprises, then I think we are right on the money. So here we take a very short break. When we come back, we'll continue our conversation with Rewaj Chettri. Please don't go away.
Is your smile reducing your confidence? Dental problems giving you sleepless nights? We are here to end your worries. At Dr. Smile, we provide world-class dentistry at your doorsteps. Equipped by advanced diagnostics and expert team of dental surgeons, we have treated over 20,000 patients in just 6 years. Your smile is precious, so trust Dr. Smile.
Welcome back to Gyantalk. I'm in conversation with Rewaj Chettri, who was one of the Forbes honorees amongst the under 30 entrepreneurs, and he was recently invited to Vietnam where he gave a talk, and he's back in Sikkim and we invited him to the studio. तपाईले अघि भन्दै हुनुहुन्थ्यो तपाईको यो दोस्रो वार्ता जो तपाईले हामीलाई दिइराख्नु भएको छ ज्ञानटकमा। पहिलोचोटि तपाईँ आउनुहुँदा हामी तपाईको नर्थ इस्ट ट्याक्सीमाथि कुरा गरेका थियौँ। नर्थ इस्ट ट्याक्सी त्यति बेला आजभन्दा तपाईँ सायद 4 महिना अगाडि आउनु भएको थियो यहाँनिर, या 3 महिना अगाडि, र आजमा ग्रोथ हुँदैछ।
हजुर।
कति बढ्यो अहिलेसम्म?
So I think in terms of our valuation, or in terms of I think we have around
manpower
पनि. So we have, I think growth is 20% of what we were then. And I think aru growth haru chai so we are very soon building the entire technology part again, and we are upgrading the entire thing. So maybe by May or June, so we'll be up with a new technology which I think even India has never seen. So it's a bit of something which we are doing hideously. So it will be live by June, and I think that's going to change how people travel.
So that's gonna kind of increase the volume of your business?
So with that technology, we'll be directly operating in more than 5 countries across Southeast Asia.
Really? So you will be operating from Gyantalk, basically?
Yeah. So the entire plan is to operate from here.
So are you guys going to then give Ola and Uber a real competition?
I think the place or the sector we are targeting on is more of you plan a holiday and you book your hotels online, and the vehicle part is always, it's still travel agent, right? So we are keeping ourselves, so our market, our brand positioning is somewhere out there where like after booking your hotels for your holiday, the next thing you book is your vehicles, and we'll be out there.
So which are the countries you've targeted?
So I'm already in talks with somebody from Thailand and Vietnam, where I recently visited, Singapore, Burma, and Sri Lanka. So these 5 places. Other than that, Nepal and Bhutan is already in the pipeline. So we are already working with few places in Bhutan and very soon in Nepal.
So you have your tentacles all over these countries now, in a sense, eh?
And I
can
think
you, how can you manage?
I think it's because of my team who manages the entire work, and I just go and travel, meet people, and look into opportunities where I can collaborate with new people.
So who gives these ideas? So tell us about the ideation part of it.
So I think most of the ideas I get in terms of building my business and doing things, it's just looking around things and trying to solve the problem. So most of the idea comes from the things around me.
And when you pitch your idea, does it kind of scare you? Because it's either make or break, like sometimes if ideas misfire, then it's a huge loss.
So whenever like I have a new idea, like I'm not scared of sharing my idea with anyone. So I just share my idea with whoever I meet so that I get the reviews. So after getting reviews from many people that okay, my idea gets validated, and I think सिक्किममा चाहिँ त्यो हुन्छ नि आइडिया छ भनेर अब शेयर गर्नु चाहिँ मान्छे डराउँछ because they think that people will copy the idea, but it's totally wrong. तपाईकोमा जुन चाहिँ आइडिया छ हैन, same time मा there are more than 10 people thinking about the same thing. हैन, so you should always share your idea and see where you can collaborate with people, and I think being open minded, I think that is one skill an entrepreneur should have.
Right. अब तपाईको I want to talk about your social responsibility, हैन? एउटा सक्सेसफुल मान्छेको वास्तवमा सबै नागरिकको समाजप्रति एउटा नागरिक जिम्मेवारी हुन्छै हुन्छ, सोशल रेस्पोन्सिबिलिटी हुन्छ अनि तपाईको पनि एउटा रेस्पोन्सिबिलिटी छ। तपाई के गर्दै हुनुहुन्छ समाजको लागि अहिले? आफ्नो सक्सेस एकतिर छँदैछ, रिवाज छेत्रीले सिक्किमको समाजको लागि के गरिरहेका छन्?
So I think right now I'm dedicating more than 50% of my time to building entrepreneurial ecosystem in state. So I'm working with right now with Entrepreneurs Hub, which is actually ke bhayo bhandakeri I had an idea of creating entrepreneurial ecosystem in Sikkim, right? At the same time, Chief Minister's office had the same thing, had the same feeling that okay, something should be done in entrepreneurship. So like I had few of resources in and around, and they helped me with many network building and many resources which I needed. And the duita body I think when it comes together, where like right now I think most of them are starting PPP model, right? So it's not more of a PPP model, but it's more of we pitch in the idea and government gives us the platform. And I think Honorable Chief Minister with his vision of youth-centric, I think it has really helped us to penetrate the young minds of Sikkim.
Right. So तपाईहरुको यो एन्टरप्रेन्योर हब जो छ यो तपाईले सीएमओ मा खोल्नु भएको छ अब यो द्वारा के गर्नु चाहनुहुन्छ व्हाट इज योर मेन ऑब्जेक्टिभ
So entrepreneur hub चाहिँ हामी के गर्दैछौँ भन्दाखेरि we are trying to work on different level भन्दा अब right from school to colleges to people who have already passed out to people who are applying to Chief Minister Startup Scheme र हामी चाहिँ अब अहिले चाहिँ we have started with colleges हैन so we are inviting different colleges to come to the hub and we are trying to teach them that entrepreneurship is not just a career option but it's more of a skill set which any manager or any employee or any entrepreneur any businessman should have हैन किनभने if I'm hiring someone I'll always look for somebody who is creative who can do something on their own who doesn't take who doesn't need barking all the time in order to work. So I think entrepreneurship is more of a skill set right now which any individual should have to be successful in life. So taking that as our prime goal, so we are trying to reach each and every student, each and every college student, each and every young mind, so in different ways.
So how does CMO help you apart from helping you in network building and stuff?
So I think it's more of constant guidance which experienced people in Chief Minister office and Chief Minister himself who is very experienced in speaking with young people, interacting and getting message across.
Right.
So it's more of guidance and we are trying to drive a vehicle forward with a vision. So I think we want Sikkim to be a very startup friendly place. And
do you think it is?
It is going to be.
So I actually have begun to see a lot of young people like you जसले आफ्नो आफ्नो क्षेत्रमा एन्टरप्रेन्योरशिपलाई माथिल्लो लेभलमा लाँदैछन् है रिवाज छेत्री इज वान अफ देम अनि थुप्रै हामीले भेटिरहेका छौँ उहाँहरूसँग बात गरिरहेका छौँ उहाँहरूको स्टोरीहरू सुनिरहेका छौँ तपाईलाई के लाग्छ अबको 10 वर्षमा will there be more entrepreneurs than the government employees?
So
I'm talking about your generation, I'm not talking about older generation, नयाँ पुस्तामा.
So entrepreneurship हुन्छ नि the basic idea of entrepreneurship is solving the problem हैन. So people who think that Sikkim has a problem हैन. So Sikkim has a problem भन्दाखेरि अब people complain a lot. Like my generation is like we are complaint box हैन. We want everything right on the table, right on the plate हैन. So I think people who are into entrepreneurship or people जब एउटा idea ignite हुन्छ नि, so people start looking for problems to solve हैन. So when people actually look for problem, so there is an ecosystem. So जब एउटा ecosystem already छ where entrepreneurship is can be flourished, like ecosystem भन्नु साथ one is finance हैन. Finance is something which is very crucial for a startup. र हाम्रो जुन चाहिँ CMSS the Chief Minister Startup Scheme where you can start business without even a single penny हैन. So the finance part is sorted out. The next thing we need is mentorship and guidance. So which hub wants to be a platform where we provide mentorship and guidance to anyone who has an idea.
Right.
And right now we are already helping many people in Sikkim. So we are helping many people in terms of building the network, in terms of...
So यो Chief Minister the startup scheme चाहिँ यदि मजाले टेक अफ भयो भने चाहिँ 10 वर्षमा I'm talking about entrepreneurs in terms of starting some kind of business. So त्यसको संख्या तपाई कति देख्दै हुनुहुन्छ roughly?
So 10 वर्षमा चाहिँ I'm looking at around 2000 entrepreneurs. 2000 entrepreneur भन्नु साथ तपाईको 2000 ले तपाईको हुन्छ 10 जनालाई पनि काम दियो भने it's 20000 people employed in entrepreneurship हैन. And 20000 people when they are employed, it's 3 जनाले हेर्यो भने it's around 60000 people getting impacted just because of entrepreneurship.
Right.
And 2000 is a very small number हैन. And even Chief Minister's Startup Scheme, CMSS targets, I think, more than 3,000-4,000 people in next, I think, 2-3 years. That is the target of Chief Minister's Startup Scheme. So, अब around 60% पनि successful भइहाल्यो भने, हैन, 60% successful भइहाल्यो भने, I think we are reaching the target of around 20,000 people employed and around 60,000 people directly getting impacted. And त्यो चाहिँ अब डाइरेक्ट बेनिफिट हो. अब इन्डाइरेक्ट बेनिफिट हेर्नु भयो भने एन्टरप्रेन्योरसिप इज लाइक समथिङ विच इज सल्भिङ अ प्रब्लम, होइन? सो तपाईँको प्रब्लम पनि सल्भ हुँदैछ, यता इम्प्लोइमेन्ट पनि बढ्दैछ. त्यो हुन्छ नि, स्टेटमा अटोमेटिकली तपाईँको 10जना पनि सक्सेसफुल एन्टरप्रेन्योर भयो भने स्टेटमा एउटा बज हुन्छ नि. बज हुनु कारणले गर्दाखेरि पिपल राइट नाउ कम टु मी एन्ड दे से द्याट लाइक आई इन्सपायर देम एन्ड दे वान्ट टु पर्स्यु एन्टरप्रेन्योरसिप एन्ड पिपल आर अलरेडी लुकिङ इट एज अ करियर अप्सन, होइन? So people want to start.
Right.
So we just have to create the necessary ecosystem for them.
Right. So here's this young man showing us some kind of dream that Sikkim has to really not only translate into reality, but actually take it to another level. Because now Sikkim has already shown some promise, and we are actually all set for a revolutionary startup.